What's going on, family? Back on here with the Juke, man. Today we're going to be talking about a wide receiver core. Could this core be the best, if not the second best in the division? And we'll be talking about that in a second, man. If you haven't already, subscribe down below. Road to 1K is still active. We're almost there. Comment down below your thoughts on this video, man. Like the video, and let's dive straight into it. So we know since last season, man, the Giants didn't have a strong receiving core when it came to the wide receiver position and even tight end. And this upcoming season, they made a lot of key acquisitions, adding Darren Waller to the team, drafting Jalen Hyatt, adding Jamison Crowder, adding Campbell, some speed to this wide receiver core. And now we're going to dive into it and look at every single position, every single player, and see, is this wide receiver core could be something. This could be a lot better than we expect it to be. So first person we're going to be talking about is Darren Waller. I'm not going to highlight too much on this one because he's a tight end. We're talking about the wide receiving core, but listen, man, this guy is a wide receiver playing tight end. Flat out. And when I say that, some people might cringe because you think about Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram was called this tight end that's like a wide receiver. It didn't pan out for us in New York. I think he's still a good weapon though, but Darren Waller should be even more explosive than Evan Ingram. He's very fast, has great hands, knows how to run routes, and knows how to take advantage of certain matchups. No linebacker is going to be able to guard him. They might have to double cover him. The biggest key is him being healthy. I think this season he will be healthy for us. He is our #1 weapon across the board. Outside of Saquon Barkley, when it comes to wide receiving core and the receiving threats, #1 weapon. Now, him being there should allow these other guys to flourish that we're going to be talking about, like Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt, as you know, one of the fastest guys in this draft in terms of game speed. He might not have that 40-yard dash time, but we talked about it before, man. His game speed is up there, and I'm expecting big things for Jalen Hyatt. You know, a lot of people want to focus on, hey, he's very fast, he can beat you vertical. He likes to make it proven that he can run routes, and, you know, believe it or not, we haven't seen it yet 100%, so we're going to see this upcoming season, man. I think what's really telling is that I'm kind of more excited for Jalen Hyatt than I was for Wanda Robinson, and Jalen Hyatt was a 3rd-round pick. Wanda Robinson was drafted in the 2nd, so I really like the value we got there. I can see us scheming things up for Jalen Hyatt to be able to take advantage of certain matchups, and once again, take advantage of certain teams. This guy's fast. We have a lot of speed added to this team. Next, we'll be talking about Wanda Robinson. Wanda Robinson being a 2nd-round pick last season. You know, he was hurt to start the season. Then he started to come back and started to play pretty well. And then he ended up tearing his ACL in the Lions game. But a lot of people forget, man, in that Lions game that he was taking off, he had 100 yards before he actually got that ACL injury, man. So on the catch that put him over 100 yards, that's when he actually ended up getting injured. But Wanda Robinson, we know he's a very shifty playmaker. You know, get the ball in his hands and watch him go to work. Last season, you saw it in games like Jacksonville. I was there in Jacksonville and I witnessed him play. And he was coming down with some catches that I was shocked with. You know, a lot of times we know he doesn't have the longest arms, doesn't have the biggest hands, but, you know, he was making plays, jumping up, diving, making certain catches, and you just seen it, man. You'll see him run a lot of slants, and his quickness gets people away from him and creates a little bit of separation. You see them using him in jet motions to giving him the ball. Wanda Robinson is a playmaker, but you have to scheme up for him as well. And I think Wanda Robinson's in store for a big season as well. Hopefully he comes back healthy, and hopefully he's able to play sooner rather than later. I don't really know the timetable for him, but I think he'd have a big season, and he's a big threat for us. 2 guys that we'll be touching on from last season who played well, one better than the other. Isaiah Hodgins, man. Isaiah Hodgins coming into his second season with the Giants, but first full season. You know, we picked him up in the middle part towards the late end of the year, as we know, coming from the practice squad with the Bills, and I think he's in store for another big season as well. Every single wide receiver I feel really good about, I'll be honest, and that's with some bias involved. But Isaiah Hodgins, man, his route running is there. You know, he's able to know how to run routes better than all the receivers that we had last season. The speed wasn't there, but also he was a little hobbled with that ankle towards the end of the season, and he still cooked the Vikings twice. So Isaiah Hodgins is in store for a big season, and Bleacher Report came out with Isaiah Hodgins like the best kept secret for the New York Giants this upcoming season. It's very interesting, the dynamic that he has. He's getting paid pennies on the dollar, man, so he's not even a big contract, and I think he played well. Hopefully Isaiah Hodgins can continue this trajectory for him, man, and playing in New York is only going to be even bigger for him. The best is yet to come for Hodgins, man. Another person we talking about is Darius Slayton. The drops, we know the drops have been there, but last season he balled out. He was the best receiver in terms of explosiveness for us last season. Had a lot of balls where he went vertical, and he either got pass interference calls or came down with the ball. Darius Slayton played well last season when we needed him to, and I do expect him to have a big season this season as well. Once again, speed. Wandale, Hyatt, Waller, Slayton, all these guys are fast. Darius Slayton is a burner. We need to make sure that he needs to come down with the ball this season, but all in all, I do expect him to get a lot of good reps in. He should be a starting wide receiver for this team, and we'll see where he goes from there. Paris Campbell, one of the free agent acquisitions that we had, man. Ever since he was drafted, he was very fast. You know, he did have some lower extremity injuries, man, so it might not be the same type of game speed that we saw, but we saw it against us, man. He took the top off our defense and came down with a huge catch when we played the Colts, when we blew him out. Paris Campbell should be intriguing. He should be playing in the slot, and this just adds more versatility to this offense, man. You see him take jet sweeps. You see him take screen passes. He does it all, and I think Paris Campbell is going to be an intriguing piece for this offense, because when we have guys like Isaiah Hodgins and Slayton on the outside, you need some very fine-tooled route running ability on the inside, and Paris Campbell is going to be one of those to add it. In my opinion, when you look at it, you're taking off Richie James and adding Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell is a better talent. He should be able to play better. There's no reason why I wouldn't think that what Richie James did for us last season, Paris Campbell shouldn't. Where does this rank us in the NFC East? I think we can have a better wide receiver core than the Cowboys. People are going to hate me for that. People are going to hate me for that. People are going to say, no, you're tripping. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks. I'm not shook by any of those names. You know, CeeDee Lamb, we saw he had big games, and you also seen that sometimes you could take him away. We do have to see it first, but at the end of the day, go ahead and double Waller. Let's see what you can do with your outside guys. The division has some good cornerbacks, but go ahead and double Waller and see how you're going to handle with Jalen Hyatt on the outside, handle with Darius Slayton, handle with Paris Campbell. I'm sorry, we don't have the household names, but in terms of speed, in terms of versatility, I think we have a good group of guys that we can really build around, man. So that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think, man. Like the video, subscribe. Also, Road2 K is still active, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts. If you haven't seen my other videos, I got more videos to my left right here, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace. What's going on, family? Back on here with the Juke, man. And calling all the Daniel Jones haters. Pull up to this video. Watch this video real quick. The New York Yankees lose the series. We get swept back in the third quarter. The third quarter was really when we started to make our moves. Then DeMar, banger.
Make sure you subscribe to the Juke.